other hand.
Right.
పాత నెంబర్ ఉంది నా దగ్గర ఉంది.
ఎవరు కాదండి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. టైం చూడు.
we are all acquainted, Independence Day is being celebrated every year to pay tribute to India's freedom fighters and leaders who fought for our freedom, and this day marks as a dynamic reminder of our nation's liberation from British colonial rule after nearly 2 centuries. As a part of commemoration of this day, let us usher these celebrations. Now I take the honor to request Milord, the Honorable Chief Justice, Dhiraj Thakur ji, to hoist the national flag, followed by national anthem and police band.
Yes, sir. Ready. Connect.
ji, Mrs. Thakur ji, Hon'ble judges and their families, Learned Advocate General Mr. D. Srinivas, Learned Additional Advocate General E. Sambasiva Pratap, Learned Chairman of Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh N. Dwarkanath Reddy and members of the Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, Learned Senior Advocates, brothers and sister advocates, Honorable the Registrar, Judicial Officers, the Executive Committee of AP High Court Advocates Association, the President AP High Court Staff Association Mr. A. Venugopal, other invitees, ladies and gentlemen, and also print and electronic media. On behalf of AP High Court Advocates Association, I welcome you all to celebrate Independence Day and Happy Independence Day to one and all. What if the leaders of our freedom struggle had never embraced change? Would we be standing here today celebrating our independence? In 1929, the Lahore Congress declared complete independence as its goal. This bold shift in direction, championed by leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, was a pivotal moment in our history. Before this, the Indian National Congress had sought dominion status within the British Empire, aiming for gradual political reform. However, the declaration of complete independence marked a radical departure from this approach, signaling an unwavering demand for full sovereignty. This decisive embrace of change galvanized the nation. It unified diverse groups under a common goal and infused the freedom struggle with renewed vigor and clarity. The Lahore Congress's declaration was not just a statement, it was a commitment to a new vision of India's future free from colonial rule. This commitment to change laid the groundwork for monumental movements and events that followed. The Salt March, the Quit India movement, and the eventual negotiations for independence were all fueled by this foundational shift. These movements mobilized millions, challenged colonial authority, and demonstrated the power of collective action. While the broader narrative of India's independence is widely known, there are numerous lesser known anecdotes that highlight the diverse and localized efforts across the nation. In the early 20th century, the small town of Tenali became a hotbed for the independence movement in Andhra Pradesh. A young lawyer named Konda Venkatappaya, known for his formidable legal acumen, emerged as a significant figure in the region. Venkatappaya used his legal expertise to challenge unjust British laws and support local peasants in their fight against oppressive policies. His efforts were instrumental in mobilizing the rural population and integrating them into the larger national movement. His dedication to justice and his ability to use the law as a tool for resistance demonstrated how legal minds could catalyze social change. Another compelling anecdote involves the town of Chirala Perala, which witnessed a unique form of protest in 1920. The British authorities decided to merge these two towns and impose a heavy tax on the residents. The townspeople, led by freedom fighter Duggiral Gopalakrishnaya, decided to collectively refuse to pay tax and vacated their homes in protest. This act of civil disobedience, known as the Chirala Perala struggle. This struggle forced the British to repeal the tax and demonstrated the power of collective resistance. Gopalakrishnaya's leadership and the unity of the townspeople exemplified how local resistance could challenge colonial authority and inspire broader change. These stories highlight these diverse ways in which change was enacted at the grassroots level, contributing to the larger national movement. They remind us that significant change often begins with small, localized efforts and that every individual contribution is vital in the broader struggle for justice and freedom. The significance of India's independence extended far beyond its borders. It signaled the end of an era of colonial and marked the beginning of a new chapter in world history. The successful realization of Indian sovereignty inspired numerous colonies in Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean to pursue their own paths to freedom. Countries such as Indonesia, Ghana, Kenya, and many others looked to India as a beacon of hope and a blueprint for their liberation struggles. The Indian independence movement highlighted the universal values of justice, equality, and self-determination. It underscored the idea that freedom is a fundamental right of all people, regardless of their geographic location or crucial background. The wave of decolonization that followed in the mid-20th century can be traced back the spirit and courage displayed by the Indian people. This victory served as a catalyst encouraging oppressed nations to resist, and reclaim their sovereignty. Today, we find ourselves in a similar era of transformation. The challenges we face may differ in form, but the essence remains the same. The fight against climate change, the struggle for human rights, the battle for gender equality, and the demand for socio-economic justice all echo the spirit of past movements. Just as the Indian independence movement was a collective effort, our present challenges require a united front. The lessons from history teach us the change is possible when individuals come together with a shared vision and unwavering resolve. We have always been vanguard of change, as evidenced by landmark reforms such as the Abolition of Untouchability Act 2017, Hindu Marriage Act, Hindu Succession Act, the Dowry Prohibition Act, the 23rd and 24th Constitutional Amendments, the Right to Education Act, Goods and Services Act, the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Court, Sexual Harassment